What's up, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Signature Collection Club Infinite Earths exclusive from Matty Collector. This is Monsieur Mallah, and really happy to have this guy. He does share the same body as Gorilla Grodd, just a different paint scheme, different color. I'll do size comparisons and all that stuff later, but really excited to have this figure. He is very well done figure. He does include a rifle here, very similar to maybe an AK-47, but it is not an AK-47. He also comes with the brain, which if you're not too familiar with this character, I will explain in a minute who the brain is. But let me just set him aside and start off the way I always usually start off. What are we going to do tonight, Pinky? I don't know, Brain. Same thing we do every night. Take over the world. Sorry. And there it is. There's the white mailer box as the brain falls over. Not too smart now, are you, Brain? Ha! Anyway, it comes with a nice white mailer box that says DC Signature Collection. Well, it doesn't say DC, but I added that in. And it says Monsieur Mallah and the brain. Get that out of the way. When you open it up, get a nice big window. Whoa, there we go. Nice big window display. It says Signature Collection up top, Monsieur Mallah, the brain. On the side here, you got a nice picture of Mallah right there with the brain and his gun. And sure enough, same picture on the back portion, which I will just zoom in here by picking up the camera the lazy way. And there you go. He actually is holding a pistol and an AK-47. It really looks like he's holding an AK-47. He does not come with one, but that's what the picture looks like. It's got the wooden stock, but and he's got the obviously the bullets around his torso, going across his torso. Here is his read up. I'll shut up now, and there's his read up. Pause it and read it if you want. Really like this artwork. Matty always did a very good job at giving us some nice artwork. Pretty decent read up on the back, and so there you go. Get that out of the way. Let's bring Mallah back in here. Silly brain. Just set the brain right there. Like I said, he does come with his rifle here. I'll just call it a rifle. And looks kind of futuristic, I guess you could say that. Just set him aside there. There we go. And just taking a look at the rifle it does come with a peg hole on the other side. I'm going to show you why for a second. But for now, let's get into the brain here. Now, the actual picture of the brain on the card looks much different. I actually kind of prefer the one that's on the artwork over this one, but still nonetheless happy to have this guy. It is a translucent, clear, I guess you could call it clear, a dome piece showing the brain, if you want to really get in there. You can see there's kind of like a little bit of purple streaking going across the top of the cranium of his cranium. And it comes with a very skull-like facial structure, and some little buttons over here, or whatever you'd like to call that. It comes with a nice blue tint paint going around where the mouth portion would be for the skull. Looks pretty nice, and there's some black paint inside here, getting some shadowing effect, or just some a little bit more of detail. That is black inside there, and on the bottom it just says made in China. The brain was made in China. What do you know? So getting back to the peg hole here, I'll try and stay on topic here as much as possible. On his, I believe, what is this called? A something with a B, or no, Ballaster? I don't know. But anywho, on his belt here, if you know in the comments below, let me know. It's just slipping my mind right now. I'm having a brain fart and I can't remember quite what this is, the technical term for this, but let me know in the comments below. So there is a peg here and a peg hole right here, so you can just peg that in. If you didn't see it, there it is, and you just pop it in the peg hole. And if you just want him hold his rifle, you can do that as well. Maybe just have him hold the brain like I had him set up before, like so, just in a very neutral vanilla pose, as people like to call it. The vanilla pose. Not the vanilla, I only like chocolate. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Okay, sorry. That's about enough of that. Taking a look, now his belt can come off. There's no clip or anything on it. It just you can kind of slide it off if you want to. I'm just going to leave it on because it makes sense. But you can slip it off if you want. But then I'll be naked. No. Yeah, so I showed you the brain. There we go. Let's, boy, it's Friday and it's been a long week and I'm just going way off topic here. But let me get to his articulation. I'll get to the size comparison and all that other fun stuff, you know, that I love to do. But his head does move side to side. It can't, I guess if you really, I don't know if I'd force it to do a full 360. Not that you would, I don't think you would ever have to do one because gorillas can't really do full 360s. If it was an owl, I'd say, yeah, do it. But no way. So his head does move up and down pretty nicely. It feels a little bit like it could get loose over time, but not too bad there. I thought there was a mark on his beret there. But pretty decent head motion. It does go about that far. I wouldn't push it any further, like I said, but it can go side to side. His arms go up about that far, go down. They can do a full 360. Now I have very tight shoulder joints, which, you know, is very tight. So, I mean, they can do a full 360 if you want them to. It is there for your option. I'm just not going to do it with mine because it's a little stiff. Like I said, they go in and out. He's got bicep swivel, single bend at the elbow, and a wrist rotation. I wish there was a wrist hinge here. Oh wait, there is a wrist hinge. Oh, there we go. Learn something new every day. There is a wrist hinge. Maybe Gorilla Grodd has that. He's got to have it. It's the same body, so. But no ab crunch, no waist swivel. He basically has this kind of swivel in the thigh/upper leg, and he does have a swivel at the foot, and he does have an ankle pivot, a very small ankle pivot, but it is there. So it does pivot or rock, or ankle rock, or whatever term you would like to use, you can. So, I mean, as far as detail goes, he's very well detailed, and he's not just a repaint of Gorilla Grodd. He really has his own color scheme to him, and he's got a different head sculpt than Gorilla Grodd. I'm going to bring Gorilla Grodd in here just so you guys can get a good size comparison. But as far as the brain goes, you're probably like, why is he carrying around a brain? Because there was the brain is actually a French scientist that was doing tests on gorillas, and supposedly, I'm not an expert on Mallah here, but I guess Mallah was just actually a gorilla, and he had tests done on to him, experiments and whatnot, and I guess he achieved the genius level of IQ level of 178, which. But his creator was eventually killed, his French scientist, and he actually just got transferred his brain into a computer, and it basically controls Mallah and tells him what to do. Like, hey, go over there and steal that cupcake. And he's just like, cupcake? Yeah, go steal that cupcake. And maybe that wedding cake? But it's a wedding. It's their wedding. Okay, I'll stop doing that. But I'm gonna be right back with some size comparisons. Like I said, I'm in a weird mood today. So with that being said, I will be right back with some size comparisons and try to maybe save the little dignity of this review has left. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, and we're back, and I'm just going to bring in, for our first size comparison, I'm going to bring in, because he technically is a Build-A-Figure sculpt. He's, like I said, he's the same thing as Gorilla Grodd over here. But first I'll bring in Chemo, since he's one of the largest, if not the largest, Collect and Connect figure that we have gotten from Mattel. Excuse me, it was like a weird burp. So there he is. As you can see, Chemo is much larger, and should be. So there's Chemo. And then we'll just bring him back in here because he's a little close. And here is Gorilla Grodd. And as you can see, their paint scheme is much different. He's got a brown, and then he's got a black chest. And obviously the face sculpts are much different. And they both do have red eyes, though. So there you go. There's your size comparison. They're pretty much, I don't know, maybe Grodd's a little bit taller than Mallah. But just maybe it's just because the way the head is sculpted, to be honest with you. Just by a little bit, Grodd's taller. But they both do look very nice. Same body. There's different shading on him, too. He's got a little gray. And for the last size comparison, we'll bring in, I don't know why, but just randomly I just grabbed Shazam. New 52 Shazam. And he's much taller than Shazam. So there you go. There's your size comparison, okay? Wow, see? So there we go. I mean, I really am. I mean, he wasn't top priority for me to get. Maybe it's just because I don't know too much about Mallah, which is, you know, my own fault. I should know enough about every character I own, I suppose. But, I mean, there's only so much time in the day for you to read everything about everybody. And but he's still a really great figure. He's got some nice paint apps. No problem with bleeding or you know, any defects going on with this figure. I think it was pretty well done. And he does come with a pretty decent accessories. I wouldn't spend over... now I picked this guy up for $40 shipped. It was $39.99 on eBay. I'm not sure if Matty Collector is going to reissue him. I'm not 100% sure how much stock they have with him. And by stock I mean physical stock in their warehouse. I know they've been reissuing figures in the past just because they have them in stock extra, which is funny because they always say they're sold out of everything, and then they all of a sudden magically have more stock of stuff. So, but I believe next month's is Larfleas is next month's reissue. So on their website, just so you guys know, I just wanted to add that in there. I was waiting for him to be the next reissue, but I don't know if he was going to, so I just jumped the gun. I spent the $40, and maybe I might have saved money with if Matty were to reissue him. But he does come with the brain, which is very nice, and a nice detailed, very well painted rifle. So with that being said, I do recommend this figure. You know, if there's Mallah fans out there, I apologize for not knowing a lot about this character, but he's a little bit more obscure for me, at least. And but I'm still going to recommend him. He's very nice. Like I said, great paint apps, great head sculpt. Let me just get in here one more time before I let you guys go. I know this is like a really long review. Sorry. But the face sculpt, just so well detailed, and the beret is very well done. Just looks very nice. Don't really have any issues with this guy. So if I had to rate him, I'm probably going to give him a 9. I think he's a really well done figure. Although the articulation isn't the best, especially for a gorilla type figure, maybe I'll stick with an 8.5 then, since you know, I gotta knock something off here. Since I mean, you can't really get him into the most posable situations here, and I think you should be able to, especially if he's a gorilla, you know. I mean, I'm doing it right now, and he can't really do much besides just kind of stand in some sort of vanilla pose. So I'm going to stick with my 8.5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sorry for such a long review, but I don't know. I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this guy than I guess normal. So yeah, but I had fun reviewing this guy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the flip side.